Hello, I'm Aaron Uche, and in this video I'll be showing you how to print recharge cards of all networks in Nigeria, that is MTN, Etisalat, Airtel, Glo, Visacom, Starcoms. To print these recharge cards, you require a software. Here we always advise and suggest you use CardPro ePin Manager because it's universal and it's also very easy. Universal and very easy to use. You also need a computer. A computer, it can be a desktop or a laptop, a computer. You also need papers. A4 paper is recommended, either plain or customized. Plain is just how you bought it from your vendor, while customized is one you've already added designs that you love to show on your recharge cards. First of all, for you to get this CardPro ePin Manager, simply log on to www.rechargecardprinting.com.ng and download the software for free. After downloading it, you have to get a license from us to use the software just for a token. So after you must have downloaded it and installed it on your computer and also paid to get an activation license from us, and you've activated it, you simply log on to, you double click the icon here, the CardPro ePin Manager icon, and wait for it to load. Okay, it's coming up. Once it has loaded, you sign in with what? CardPro as your username. CardPro as your username. Can either be lower cases or upper cases. Still okay. Then you use the serial number, the 10-digit serial number that was shown on your software when you installed it, and you sent to us to generate your activation key to log in, although you can still change this password later on. So once you've logged in to the CardPro ePin Manager, the universal recharge card printing software, first you see four tabs here: File, Print Options, Admin Options, and Help. The first thing you do is to go to the admin options. Then hover around Setup, then go to Company Details. By default, you see a company detail, the name of the company which you show on the recharge card as Cardio ICT, because Cardio ICT are the owners of this software. That is us. We own the software and we're located at Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. But you can change it to anything you want. You can see I can easily delete it and change it. So let me still put it back because it's still Cardio ICT that owns it, that I am working for. Okay, then I say save, updated successfully. Okay, then you close. The next thing you do is to do what? Is to import the files you want to print. You can change your password here, but for now, you import. Let's say we want to print Airtel recharge cards. You click on the radio button beside Airtel. Then you click on this button here, these three dots, where it says select destination path. That's where the ePin is located. You select and you go to, my own case, it's located in the desktop. You just go to where your ePins are located. The ePins you can either buy from us or any dealer, because the software does not restrict you. It is universal, as we said. So I click to sample ePins, then you see Airtel. I go on Airtel and I say open. Then you have to add an index number. An index number here can be alphanumeric, but without special characters. It's just for you to distinguish between each badge of cards. So for me, I love to use just something very close to what I'm doing. So in this case, I'll just say maybe Airtel N for Naira. 100. Since I'm printing Airtel 100 naira, then I now differentiate it and put A as a badge number. Then I say load pins. Click on load pins. Are you sure you want to load pins from the selected files? You say yes. You can see something is happening here. The pins are being loaded. Airtel pins loaded. Units loaded 100. Denomination 100 naira. Bam. You said okay. Then you say click on done. Then for you to print it, you go to print options. You see print vouchers, print options, print vouchers is Airtel we want. So I say print Airtel. Then when you come to this place to print loaded vouchers, to print Airtel, you select the paper type. Remember, I said you can either use plain or customized paper. Here we have the option of plain paper 10 on a sheet, an A4, or plain paper 20. You can easily use 20 because it's more economical, if I would say that. But let's go with 20, or because you want to save more paper and save more money. So click on what? And make more profits rather. Plain paper. Do you want to print all? You can print all. But if you don't want to print all, you can choose a range, maybe 1 to 10, or you keep increasing or decreasing it. You can see, can increase it. But let's say we want to print all now. Then you say print. Leave it on print preview so that you see how it looks. Then you say proceed. Wow, you've seen it. You have your cards here, and you can see your company name. In our case, we use Cardio ICT in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Here is on it. Then you can see the serial index number, which is just like a reference number. Then you have the serial number, the date, and the time it was printed. So that's how easy it is to print recharge cards. You do the same for all networks. You do the same for all networks. Then when you want to print, you can either click on this icon here. You can say print. Once you have your printer attached or connected to your computer. But in this case, we strongly recommend you using what? A LaserJet printer. A DexJet printer is also very good. You can print with it, but the cartridges are quite expensive. So it's more economical to print with what? A LaserJet printer. But if you still want to use a DexJet, we advise you use what? You use a draft print. Draft print so that you save more ink. So now, since we've done for Airtel, let's still try and do for another network. Let's say Etisalat. We've closed that page. It said all loaded vouchers printed. Consider reprinting. Okay, if you want to reprint. But now, let's not reprint anything. Let's now do it the same process. You say import pins. Import pins. Select, let's say we want Etisalat. Then you give it an index number. Index number. I always like something that is very close to what I'm doing. Etisalat. Then you select the parts for the Etisalat. See? Then you say load pins, the same procedure. Are you sure you want to load pins from selected files? Yes. You can see it's still loading. Yeah, 50 pieces loaded. Denomination 100. Okay. Then you click done. Then print options, print vouchers, Etisalat. Select paper type, which we've explained earlier on. Plain is just the way you bought it from your vendor, or customized is when you've designed it already or you've customized it. Then I say print all, and say print. You want to preview the print, or that's print preview by default. You can still see it before you print, or you can just send it straight to your printer. Say proceed. You see, voila, that's Etisalat. That's Etisalat for you. Then you can easily go to this button here and send it to your printer, and you've printed it. Close it. So that is how easy it is to print recharge cards. You do it for every other network you want to print, and you have just printed your first recharge card. So let's close it. Another important thing I would love to show you is that you can flush the recharge cards you printed. In case you've loaded it, once you've loaded it onto the software, it remains in the memory of the software, so that if you need to reprint, you can easily reprint a set of cards or a batch of cards using that index number to what? Identify it. So let's try reprinting. Let's say we're reprinting Airtel. You can then select, you see the index number. This is the only Airtel available with this index number, Airtel 100 naira, and you can see the date which was loaded. Then you can still reprint. Let's say we're reprinting it the same way. Reprint all 10 vouchers, all 100 vouchers. Then you say print, preview. You've seen it's still the same way. Okay, then you can print it here, but let's close it. So now, after loading these cards, and you must have printed them all out, and you don't need it on your system again, or before you print another batch of Airtel or another batch of cards, you can easily flush all the cards. Either you flush loaded or printed. Printed cards are those you must have printed or reprinted. Then loaded cards are those loaded pins are those you just uploaded to the software. That is when you use import button. So after that, it's advised you what? Flush out the printed. Let's flush out all the printed. Let's say you can see the index, the 100 naira, Airtel and Etisalat. Then you say, okay, either you can flush by index. That's when you now decide to select whether I want to flush only the Airtel or I want to flush only the Etisalat. But in this case, let's just flush all printed vouchers. Then you click on flush. Are you sure you want to permanently flush from list of loaded vouchers? If yes, these pins will not be available to access or printing again unless you want to import them again. So let's just proceed. So pins flushed successfully. Okay, we flushed it. Another thing I would love to show you here is how to add users. Add users. You can simply go to you go to the admin, setup, new user. Maybe I want to add a user here. Let me add another user and say maybe not admin. Let me just say maybe cardio ICT. Or cardio ICT. Then I can use an access key. Access key, I retype it. That's my password. Then I save. You can either do show password, but I don't want to show any password here, and save. Say user cardio ICT registered successfully. Why are you adding a user? You can add a user to easily put a password you can remember or a username you can remember and use, or you can add a new user and give it to someone else who you're working with so that he can be printing the recharge cards for you. But remember, the initial password and username which you used, which is by default CardPro as the username, and the password being the serial number of the software you sent for us to get the activation key, is that of the admin account, where you can change the name on the software, that is the company details, and also where you can add other users. So I hope with this you were able to learn how to print recharge cards in Nigeria. Thank you and remain blessed. But if you have any problem or any question or inquiries, for questions I said, or inquiries, kindly visit www .rechargecardprinting.com.ng or email us at info@rechargecardprinting.com.ng or call us on this number that is 070-3617-9993. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you for watching this video and remain blessed. But make sure you get your Card Pro EP Manager today. So let's log out of the software. Just go to exit. You can say lock application or shut down. If you lock application, it takes you back here. Then you can use here to close. Thank you once again. Bye bye.